Welcome to GCMS Halloween Theater. We have a selection of scary stories this evening too.
Oh yes, I love a good story.
Stop that! I did not call for your assistance. Go back to your room.
Oh, sorry.
Now!
Oh, okay, I hurried.
Where was I? Ah yes, we have a selection of scary stories sure to give you nightmares for weeks to come. So sit back, listen, and enjoy.
Oh, I'm scared already. Can you bring me my teddy bear, please?
I said quiet!
The zombie football field. Woo! One dark and full moon night, they had a problem. The lights wouldn't turn on and the gates wouldn't open no matter how hard they pulled.
So they called Sadie and Jacob. We used tools to get in the fence, and they fixed the lights. But before they got out, they heard a and then they said, "Who's there?" They turned around and walked closer to take a closer look. And Jacob said, "Who do you think is there?" And then they heard, "Brains! I want brains!"
So they walked closer and then they found a zombie! He had a zombie party and there was a zombie football game and Jake and Sadie were invited to the party and Connor the zombie put a tracking device on them when they were dancing so they could track their every move. On Friday, the zombies found where they were and asked if they would go to zombie prom with them.
Then they turned Jake and Sadie into zombies, and they did the monster mash. They went out in the morning, and the zombies turned to dust, except for Jake and Sadie. They turned back into people, and the zombies turned to people too.
And the souls that they eaten went to the clouds. The end.
The end.
The Werewolf School by Lainey. One spooky night at school, there was Master Dangle and Spooky Lainey.
All of the other people turned into mummies, but then Freddy Krueger was there.
He scared a little boy in the bathroom. But King Mommy escaped from the mommy case. Werewolf case is bad, so you don't want to go near it. But Master Dangle went hunting for food. But Spooky Lainey went out for some food, so she is starving really bad. People
got scared of the werewolves and mummies, so they ran
into the houses and the bathroom.
And the windows were cracked in the school.
All of the doors were locked.
The end.
The end. The scary story. There was Lucy Q and her friend Peyton the Witch. They were at the swamp, and it was Bo the Swamp King. Peyton the Witch and Lucy Q ran as fast as their feet can carry them. Peyton the Witch lost her screechy voice. That was like screechy so that everyone could hear it. They ran to the scariest thing in the world, and it was the haunted King Castle. They screamed and ran into one of the bedrooms, and just noticed that the king was sleeping in one of the beds. Peyton the Witch got out her broom, and they landed into the other side of King Bo's swamp. We swam as fast as we could. Before King Bo got us, we finally got on land, and we ran into Halloween Town, where Peyton the witch lived. We got back to her apartment in time, and they saw King Bo out their window chasing little kids. Scary little kids. Like Peyton's little brother named Graydon the Mummy. Peyton flew out the window to get Graydon the Mummy. Bo, the king of the swamp, came up to her apartment window and said, "Give me Graydon the Mummy." And Graydon cried, kicked, whined, and finally Bo dropped him. And Bo, the king of the swamp, passed out because he was so tired. They all three ran back to the swamp to get our stuff, and we saw Bo's porcupine that had a Halloween shirt on, and it said, "Go King Bo," and we got hurt by it. We got spines in our back, and it had horns on it, and a spiky tail. Then we saw a big scary spider, and was as big as the ocean. The end.
The
Wild Mummy Chase.
Once upon a time, on a scary, spooky night, there was a mad scientist and a creepy mystery solver, and the great five senses girl. They were searching for the lost dusty mummy. We were searching in the graveyard. We couldn't find the mummy. Then we opened a grave, and there he was.
Sciencey potion, a potion on the mummy, and he walked up. Then Sciencey made a potion to zoom back to our lab. A skeleton for a sun for the mummy, and a Komodo dragon for the Komodo pet, and the black cat for the Komodo dragon pet.
The mummy and Komodo dragon chased five senses and me to the science lab. And then we made a gadget so fun party. We had a zombie at the party. We tried not to be scared of them. His eyes
were
coming out of his head. We had a costume at the party, and I am going to be a zombie, and London is a zombie too, and red cake and cookies. It was the best. We could make them back then. Then we can put them in our
museum, and the skeleton and the cats and the Komodo dragon in the museum too. We didn't, and we put him in the museum. Finally, it was done, and
Brock is going to be a skeleton scientist zombie. There are nothing but zombies sat at the party. We ate blood punch with ice hands. We always had chips and red dip with cheese.
Party ever, and the best day of our lives. We had two zombies that fell in love with us. A girl for Brock, and we had music at the party. The end.
Once there were 3 kids named Brandon and Tyler and Kellen. They were walking in the woods by themselves, and something was there. We were scared, and I was in a real haunted house. We ran back to the woods. We were scared. We ran about 10 to 20 miles, and we were scared. Kellen had to go to the bathroom. He made it. We went out to the truck. We rode the truck to the haunted house, and we went in. We ran out of the haunted house and ran back to the woods, where we ran about 300 miles. Kellen fell in mud, then got taken by a falcon. We tried to get Kellen back, but the falcon took him to the haunted house. We went to the haunted house to get Kellen, but we had to beat the falcon to get Kellen. Brandon and I beat the falcon and saved Kellen. The end. We didn't put the end.
The haunted school. It was one more day until Halloween. Eric and Isabella were shopping for Halloween costumes. Was a M&M, and Isabella has is Pebbles from the Flintstones. Eric was laying down in his bed. Bella was too. They said, Halloween, Eric said, let's get on our costumes. That night, Mom said, stay in the neighborhood. Let's go to the old haunted school. But Mom said, to stay in the neighborhood. I know, but just for a minute. Okay, it's creepy in here. Cool, said Eric. Let's go look around. Fine. Look at the black cat. A black cat, screamed Eric. Let's go trick-or-treating. The end.